why the engine of an American Airlines Boeing 767 caught fire just before takeoff at Chicago's O'Hare Airport on Friday. At least 20 people suffered minor injuries. Dean Reynolds is at O'Hare Airport this morning with the very latest.
Plumes of smoke and shooting flames could be seen billowing from the right side of American Airlines Flight 383 after it came to rest on runway 28R just after 2:30 p.m. Air traffic control shut down the airport. Officials say the Boeing 767 blew a tire while taking off, and when the pilots tried to abort, the engine caught fire.
All right, so looking at it, there's a lot of fire, a lot of flames coming out of that number 2 engine. So here's where the firefighters came in. So right now they're looking into, what kind of leak there is, how many people, how much fuel is on board, things of that nature as you're driving to the scene. You want to think of where you're going to position, how much apparatuses they have. It seems like O'Hare Airport, they have a lot of fire trucks, so they're going to have to position correctly in order to make the most impact on the scene. So here you have heavy fire, heavy flame. So right here in this truck, they have probably the worst positioning out of all the trucks. They were last on scene, so they're trying to fit in and help where they can. But this slide is definitely impacting their view of the fire and then also their agent's effectiveness. So here, these trucks, they probably only have 2 to 4 minutes, depending. Some trucks, the bigger 3000s, have 3,000 gallons of water, so they'll have maybe six minutes. But basically, they're not really stopping their flow to check to see if they're being effective. They're kind of just dumping their loads. So me personally, I would shoot a little bit and stop just to see if I'm hitting my target, because it's really hard when there's 3-4 trucks shooting all at once.
Shut down for a second. Shut down for a second. I still see red. I see red. Yeah.
Yeah, so the officer in the truck told the driver to shut down just so that they could see if they're making an impact, and they're still seeing some fire. So it looks like what they've been trying to do hasn't been effective.
You want to save it? It goes from the back. Everyone's trying to run out of agents.
Okay, so they're running out of agent, as the driver was saying. You can see that not a lot of impact happened from their vantage point, but there was a couple of trucks that were in this video that were attacking the fire from behind the engine. So basically, this engine, sometimes these blades can really be kind of a shield for the agent. So the fire is actually back here, and you're shooting all your agent into the front, and a lot of this is getting blocked all inside here and not really making it to the seat of the fire. So I think that was one of the main problems they're running to with this turbofan engine, is just not being effective and the agent not getting to the seat. This is just an example of Purple K. So with the fire, when the fire is kind of having that 3D effect where you see fire is kind of fireballing out, you want to use that dry chem. But dry chem alone, that Purple K that you see in the screen, it's effective at kind of knocking down that three-dimensional fires, but it's not very good at traveling. So if you shot it by itself, it gets dispersed by the wind, and its accuracy is ineffective. So the trucks are able to shoot the dry chemical inside of the foam stream so that the water and foam can carry the agent into the seat of the fire. So this is a vantage point from the back of the engine, and I think this driver did the best job. He's using his bumper turret because the bumper turret uses the least amount of agent. It's 300 gallons per minute versus the top turrets, which can be up to 750 gallons per minute. And then he's stopping every so many seconds just to see if he's effective. And so he's readjusting, he or she, shooting a little bit more, and then checking to see if he's effective again, and then continuing the process. And I think that's the best way to put out a fire. That's how I would do it. If the front trucks weren't effective, you reposition to the rear of the engine, you shoot a little bit, then you check to see if you're making any progress, readjust, and continue until the fire's out. So basically, did they protect life? They did. It seemed like, you know, the passengers egressed earlier. They were able to escape. They put the fire out, so they succeeded in doing their job. Positioning was crucial, so those front end trucks, they weren't as effective, but textbook wise, you always want to come from the upwind side, and I believe that's where those other trucks were. Agent conservation, that last truck really did a good job of shooting and stopping and reassessing, and then risking a little to save a little. So because the passengers were out of the aircraft, there's no need to, you know, really get people on the ground and put their lives at risk. Just stay in the truck and let the truck put out the fire. So I hope you like this little video. I think it had some good lessons on positioning and just different tactics to use when you have an engine fire that doesn't seem to want to go out. All right, thanks for watching.